With the third overall pick in this NFL draft, the San Diego Chargers select
Jalen Ramsey out of Florida State.
Let's just be honest, he is my favorite player coming out in this year's draft. This kid can do it all, but don't be fooled. You have some scouts and people comparing him to Deion Sanders. He is not Deion Sanders. You have to respect, the kid is a talented prospect, but the Chargers may also look at other options, but I think this is the right pick. You are going to have to replace a Pro Bowler in Eric Weddle at the free safety position. Ramsey does that instantly at number 3. He's a playmaker. I mean, Weddle was a 3-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
And you let him walk. That hurts.
Yeah, and you basically told him he was walking. It wasn't even like, it was a shock. He knew at the end of the season he was not coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And I think everyone remembers that last game where he was laying on the field for basically 2 hours after the game was over and didn't move on the 50-yard line. That says something a lot about the player that they're losing. To be that committed mentally and, every game he put his all in the game.
Oh, absolutely. He's arguably the best prospect in the draft. I think he is, because he is versatile. He can play safety. He can play corner if he has to. Other people are saying to take Buckner out of Oregon because the Chargers need help. Let's be honest. They need help up front. They need a 3-4 scheme fit, and the guy does it perfectly. Buckner is 6'7", 290 pounds, and can jump out of the gym.
And that's great. I mean, that's definitely a nice quality to have. One of the big problems with San Diego's defense last year is the inconsistency. I think this guy, if you put him on your defensive line, he's going to make it a lot more consistent. He's going to be able to get to the passer. He's going to be able to do everything you ask him to do, including, protecting that defense from a lot of holes they had last season.
Mm-hmm. At 6'7", you just have to put your hands up and knock down the pass, which is great and everything, but if you have no one playing at the free safety position, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, they didn't. They had a lot of holes in that defensive secondary last season. Sometimes they'd look great and they'd have a lock on a lot of guys, and there are other games where it's 35-3 in the second quarter, and you're wondering what in the hell happened.
You got Philip Rivers as your quarterback for the next couple of years. You locked him up. So you're set at that position. You drafted Melvin Gordon last year. He really did not pan out for them. He was not the LT that they expected.
No, I don't even think he had a single offensive touchdown the whole season. He had a very bad year, and he basically got benched at the end of the year for Woodhead with all the fumbling issues. And when you draft a guy that high, he was a first round drafted running back. That does not happen often, and we might talk about later in this day, but that does not happen often. I mean, there's a lot of people who think that might have been a mistake, and I mean, if you're taking either one of these two players at 3, I think you're pretty set.
I think the Chargers stay at 3. I really don't see them trading out of 3. They don't need a quarterback. If Tunsil falls to them, I think they will take the offensive lineman. But in their case, they need a defensive back with playmaking ability, and he does that for them.
Yeah, I think Ramsey's the best way to go. I think it makes the most sense for what they want to do on defense. It also makes the most sense for what they need on defense.